and welcome back. And as you remember, I had got one funded account, and unfortunately with the first trade of the week I lost it. And that's actually a great opportunity to practice holding longer, practice taking a better trade. So now we're back to evaluation, and you'll see how I'm training to do a quality trade and hold longer, because evaluation is just a stage before you're getting funded. So you cannot just do whatever on evaluation and then on the funded account, oh, suddenly I need to stick to the strategy. No. You already need to practice this. So let's jump to it. So first I want to show you the trade that I am currently in, because that might be quite interesting, and at the end of the video we'll see how over the period of the time of the video the price moved. So we are currently in silver, we're going long. I entered on that poke of that candle here, and we can see that the price rejected the previous week high and previous day low. So now I'm anticipating that the price will go to the previous day high, and currently the price made a really nice move here, broke through. Then I was a bit in a consolidation for a moment here, and a bit I was stressing about this trade, but then the price went through the previous highs and we created a new higher high. So currently I am waiting for a higher low to move my stop loss. My stop loss is currently on below $79. I'm waiting until the price will do this higher low, and then I will move my stop loss there, and then we'll see if the price will hit my previous day high or not. But as you can see, you can be proud of me, I am holding already for I think 2 or 3 hours. So that's good, we are trading that holding muscle. But let's jump to what have I done this week. So here we're having the new account. So I traded only Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and today. Today I already placed one trade before the one that you just saw, and we can see that I'm $1,123 on this account. It's 50-50 trade win, and here we are having a really good average win-loss trade, so it's 2.2, so it's above 2 that I was telling you. I am really trying to hold longer this time, and this is also visible in the trade duration performance, where my losers are around 15-18 minutes and the winners are above 13 minutes. So yes, we are trying to hold longer. And yes, today I got the loss of minus $257 that I was holding for 1 hour and 30 minutes. But that was a proper loss that I'm very happy with. But let's jump to Tuesday and see what have I done. We're having 2 trades and 2 on gold. I tried to trade gold this time. And very important information here that I stopped sticking to just 5 a.m. till 8 a.m. I this time tried to react on the alarms, and when the trend line is crossed, then I am entering the trade. That's why the numbers are slightly bigger, because during the New York session my risk is increasing because the volatility is increasing. So that's why I am here adjusting for that as well. And here we're having the first trade of gold of $513. I went with micros, but with 5 contracts this time. And because the stop loss was in this situation only $300, so I could go with 5 contracts. And I really love the trade because we had got 2 very strong trend lines on both sides. Here there is like one, here was almost a touch point. Here it was trying to break this trend line to the upside for quite some time, but here we had got another trend line with 1, 2, and kind of third point here, and again the price was trying to get to the upside or to the downside. So when it crossed to the downside, it still closed on the other side. The candle was having a bigger volume, so I entered on the open candle. With gold, I am not so sure if the strategy of a closed candle on the other side is working so well. So I'm still trying to test this, but I entered, and then I was expecting that the price will get to 4,780, 78 because of the levels here where I placed my support resistant line. However, the price got very close and started to reverse, so I closed to get my first profits on the account. And later that day, I took another trade on gold, this time with only 2 contracts because it was later and the volatility increased. So here we're having, again, $300 of maximum loss. That's why only with 2 contracts. And this time gold, well, as you could see, I think it was somewhere, I think, yeah, this was the trade, the before one that I showed you. And then the price went to the upside, consolidated, and then here it started to decide at the market open in New York that will go up. And that trade I took on the bounce because here we had got that the price went up, here consolidated, here it made a new trend line, new touch point for the trend line, and then it kind of bounced from it and started to go up, and I entered here and got out just after the price crossed the trend line and kind of started to consolidate. The close was not great. I was expecting it to go to those levels, and this trend line is from the previous support resistant. If we'll go to 4 hours, we can see that here was support resistant, here was support from the other side, and then it broke, and also earlier. So that's why I was anticipating that the price might got there, and it got there. However, here unfortunately I got on a call and I was very distracted, and when the price didn't want to push to the upside, I just closed. But still, it was a nice win of $300. And the next 3 trades are on Wednesday, and here I had a loss, I had a win, and then I had the proper win. And those 2 were not so great, but we'll go through them briefly, because we can see here I started actually to put 1 hour time frame on the side to have a bigger overview. And here I entered the trade because I got a bit stressed out with work, and I just looked at, my alarm like rang that the trend line was crossed, and then I started to see that the price was falling down, so I entered on the open candle, and obviously don't do that. And yeah, we were in the consolidation, and I was just kicked out here because my stop loss was hit, and I trailed it before my support resistant line was here, then slowly adjusting, but here that candle, yes, broke the trend line, and the next candle was also strong candle to the upside, and yeah, I got kicked out here, but then we can see that the price immediately went down, and I re-entered somewhere in that area with the next trade. So that was $302 of a win. And yeah, so that candle kicked me out, but I re-entered when finally we had got a strong push to the downside. And I hold for that candle, and then the next candle, it went even lower, but then I was on 1 minute trailing the stop loss because the price movement was so big, and in this way I covered the previous loss. However, my take profit was here because we had got this support resistant line created from previous time. But I didn't manage to hold till then. And a really good trade on Wednesday, the last one, was a big win, $800. And here we can see that, again, I closed slightly too early, but I was so happy that I hold longer. That's why today I am trying to hold longer, because as I'm saying, when you're on evaluation, it's not that you're just trying to pass evaluation. You should stick to your rules. You should practice that muscles. This is the time to practice it before you will go fund it. So here we are having a nice trend line, and here it was another bounce. Again, we bounce here, This was the moment, here was the trade that I was telling you, and then here there was the support resistance and the price didn't went any further, but that support resistance also created this new trend line, and here we had got the perfect bounce and the price started to reverse very rapidly, and I entered on the bounce. And when the downward trend line was crossed with quite some power and the next candle was also big, I was more safe and decided to hold longer. And my aim was the previous day high. Also, I was thinking that the price might go actually up till here, but the price didn't. It managed to get through $80. So that move happened during Asian session the day before. So those people managed to get to 80 and above, but here during New York, we didn't get it yet. So that's why I was also anticipating that we might push to 80 as well here. And yeah, we pushed slightly above 80 and reversed. And then we're having first day, and first day, yesterday, really, I wasn't sticking to the plan. That wasn't a great day. But fortunately, we're having only 2 losses. The first loss is $230. So here we can see that gold first moved to the upside and then pulled back and tested that level 3 times and then tried to push through that here support resistance that I marked up, but it didn't manage. It done the pullback, and here was the second try to get through it. And my mistake was that when I saw that candle, I was literally opening the charts, and then the second candle I got a bit of FOMO. So when the price here with that candle try to get to my support resistance and bounce, I entered to this trade. Very huge mistake. And my stop loss was under that wick. I was counting that wick as a previous pivot point, and unfortunately, yeah, it was hit. Especially that that trade was taken at 6:25, and I'm realizing that at 6:30 UK time, I think it's 30 minutes after the Shanghai break, the price is literally pushing one direction or another. And that was my killer candle. So really bad trade. And another one is also bad because I'm having a loss of $138. And again, I didn't stick to the rules because here we have a clear consolidation. This is what I was saying, kind of the price is going to the upside. And when that trend line here was crossed on the open candle, we can see that those candles are the consolidation, but this one was at some point very strong. I entered and I placed my stop loss on the other side of this consolidation. However, after a couple of minutes, I realized that that was a mistake and I closed the trade. And today's trade was taken just before the one that you saw at the beginning of the video. And this was my first attempt of going long. However, unfortunately, that was a loser. So it's the same situation that I was explaining to you at the beginning of the video, that we're having the previous day high and previous day low, and also previous week high, which was tested. The previous week high is here, and then the price didn't manage to get at the beginning the previous week high, and we managed to hit it here. And then the price started to go up. We discarded kind of previous day low. We didn't try to get any further there. However, yeah, after my move, yeah, we tried. And I entered here. That candle was a really nice candle. It was a big candle. We crossed that trend line. And yeah, here the volume was bigger than the previous one. So that was a really good entry. That's why I'm very happy with this trade. And it was 1 hour and 30 minutes of holding. However, the price went up and then it started to consolidate. At the beginning, my stop loss was below that pivot, as we made a pivot and we went here higher. However, after the price started to reject, I started to move my safety line to the next pivot, and then to the next pivot here where we're seeing the dashed line. And then afterwards, when the price started to get back to that level, I placed my stop loss just on the other side of that smaller pivot here, and that rescued me a bit because the anticipated loss was $350 and I got out with $250. So that was a good decision. And yes, after that pivot, I decided to enter, and we entered here, and we are currently in this trade here. And currently, as we can see, the price is reversing, so I am not sure if we'll find our new lower high to place our stop loss, but we will see. And here's a quick update because my take profit was hit before I posted the video. So here we can see that the price was going up, and then we were talking here when it was going down, and I was looking for the bottom. I definitely was looking for the bottom more like around this area, as we can see, maybe here taking those wicks as a support resistance, but we can also see that a lot of wicks were coming up to my entry point. So here's my entry point, and I was scared, and still I had got my stop loss at around minus $180, but we can see how nicely I adjusted that line, but we can see how nicely that trend line was respected. We got to the trend line, it just wicked out, and then it went up quite significantly. We had got a couple of 15 minutes of stagnation, but then when it started to go up, it went up. So the only moment when we were around this moment here, I placed my stop loss to break even, and at that point I could let my trade just to play out and see. And with this trade, I passed my evaluation, so it took me 4 days to pass the Top Step account evaluation, and next week we will be back to fund it. And this is all for today, and I hope you learned something from today's video. I think the most important thing for me was that during evaluation, you still need to stick to the rules, and this is your time when you can exercise, for example, your holding muscle and allow those prices, like now with this open trade, to just play out, and you are okay with losing half of the profits or more, or even getting back to break even. But this is the time when you are training your brain and trying to stick to your rules. And then the funded account will be so much easier. And if you're interested in psychology videos, check out the series here, and see you next week. Bye!